Yes, it's Raquel here, Raquel Diane here, and I'm back. Yes, I'm back again with Tea Chat with Raquel. And as many of you know, those of you who have joined my group on Facebook, the Tea Chat with Raquel Diane on Facebook, then you know that on Tea Chat we talk about all of the latest current events, news from around the world. We go there and we talk about it, we share articles, and we discuss our opinions on them, how they relate to Bible prophecy. So if you haven't joined that group, then please go to Facebook, Tea Chat with Raquel Diane, and join the group. We'd be happy to have you there and to hear your opinions about a lot of this stuff that's going on in the world. So I'm back again by popular demand. Yes, I'm back. I've been gone for a while. We haven't done a Tea Chat video in some time, but I'm back and we're ready to dive into this news. And as you know, those of you that have watched and are subscribed to my YouTube channel with Tea Chat with Raquel, you know that what we do on Tea Chat is we just give our spiel on everything that's going on, and I give my point of view. I can listen to your points of view, and we do it all over my favorite cups of tea, of course. And today I'm drinking green tea with ginseng. Very good stuff. I'm drinking that today. Yummy, yummy, yummy. And we're gonna go right into, and excuse if the camera is fading in and out, it's because the webcam, I'm assuming, has a motion sensor, so when I move, then it kind of tries to focus, so we'll work on that for the future. But welcome to all of you. Again, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, go to Raquel Diane. These videos will be on YouTube and, of course, upload it to Facebook, to the Tea Chat page as well. So join Tea Chat and come and help us discuss all of these breaking news and headlines that are going on from around the world. And I'm so thankful for all of my friends, people that I keep up with, that help me keep up with breaking news on Facebook. A lot of my friends on Facebook are really keeping up with the news as it relates to Bible prophecies, and I'm learning so much from you, and we're just going to dive right into what's going on. First on the list, guys, let me just say before I dive into exactly what's going on around the world, is that in all sincerity, we really have no time. I won't even say we have little time to prepare ourselves and to get ready. We literally have no time to play. We have no time to waste when it comes to preparing ourselves and making sure our souls are right with our higher power, our God, the one that we serve and the one that we feel in our hearts. We have no time to get that right. There are so many atrocities going on in the world. There's so many devastating events, and we're basically sheltered here in America, and we're like in this cocoon. We go about our day-to-day businesses. We go about our day-to-day lives. We're drinking, we're being merry, we're marrying, and we're giving in marriage, as the Bible says, and sudden destruction can come. We look at the other countries where people are being beheaded, people are being tortured simply for their beliefs, or because they believe differently or choose to live their lives differently. And we're somewhat sheltered from that here. But there is coming a time when this stuff will meet us at our own front door, in our own neighborhood, and we need to pray for our brothers and sisters all over the world. Even if you're not of their ethnicity, if you're not of their race or their creed or their belief, we are brothers and sisters, and we need to pray and be very caring and empathetic and sympathetic in our hearts for those that are going through, the innocent children that are going through all over the world, because times are perilous. And that's basically what this is about. And what I try to do in Tea Chat is to share all of that information, all of the pertinent information, hear your point of view on it, and get your ideas, and we can just come together and talk about it. But the top of my list, and this is what everyone is talking about, it's trending all over the place, it's what's going on in Israel. What is going on? And if you're like me, I don't know as much as I probably should know about the whole in-depth reason that we're even fighting or there's fighting going on in Israel. But as you all know, Hamas is shooting rockets. Israel is defending her territory, and there's a lot of uproar about Israel being to blame and causing all of these atrocities. Innocent people are dying on the Gaza territory. Children, families are being obliterated, and a lot of people have their opinions about should Israel be held accountable for innocent civilians. And then there's the other side that says Israel has the right to defend her territory. And this is what Hamas is trying to do. So Israel, this fight has been going on for thousands of years. It's the oldest enduring conflicts in existence. If you know anything about, the Bible, and you know this whole Isaac Ishmael situation, all of the fighting in the Middle East, all of this conflict, this religious conflict, it has to do with my side is right, my side is entitled, your side is not entitled, this is God's chosen one, this is God's chosen one. So that's the very basic foundation of what's going on there. And at the current moment, we have all out, for all intents and purposes, war that's going on, and a ground battle, I'm thinking, will ensue very soon because it's escalating. Rockets are firing towards Israel. Rockets are firing in the Gaza, and people are suffering. People are dying. Hamas, they're launching their rockets into Israel. Russian President Vladimir Putin has said that he will support the struggle of Israel as it attempts to protect its borders. So we have the Russian president that's standing with Israel, and of course our own White House is standing to support Israel. And a lot of people are angry about that. A lot of people are saying, how can you support such atrocity? How can you support a country who's bombing civilians? But we are saying that Israel has the right to defend her territory because this is what the Hamas are doing. This is what the Palestinians are doing. They're trying to defend their territory. So what do? What do you think about that? What do you think about this whole situation? It certainly goes in with Bible prophecy. It is certainly culminating. It's going to culminate into something big. It's going to culminate, and I believe, as a Christian and as a Bible believer, I believe that it will culminate into the ultimate Armageddon. And things are shaping up to be just that. So people, it is time to get your houses in order. You've heard this for years and years and years, and you may say, this is something that I've heard for years and years and years. My grandmother said that the end is coming. My grandmother's grandmother told her that the end is coming, and she died waiting for the end to come. Well, people, let me tell you, don't take it lightly. If you perish or should happen to perish or live out your days waiting for the end to come or waiting for Jesus to return, then that's fine. But believe in your heart, accept him in your heart, and be saved, because he is coming, and all of this is going to come to an end, and we will have the victory in Jesus Christ. That is the only victory that there is. And we know that the Bible plainly tells us that when you see Jerusalem being surrounded by armies, you will know that its desolation is near. Then let those who are in Judea flee to the mountains, and those in the city get out. For this is the time of punishment and of fulfillment of all that has been written. And this is from Luke 21:20 and 22. It's shaping up to be the event that has been long awaited by many believers. It's shaping up to be the battle to end all. So we pray. The word tells us to pray for the peace of Jerusalem, that they shall prosper that love for the sake of the house of Jerusalem, we will pray for the peace in Israel, and we also pray for innocent civilians. A lot of people have been of the mindset that the Palestinians or the people that live on the Gaza Strip are of the Hamas, and that's not true either. The Hamas is a group, a militant terrorist group that want to. This is just basically all. It's not about occupation of the West Bank, as many would believe it is. This is what this is all about. It's not about the 3 Israeli teenagers that were murdered or kidnapped and murdered. That is kind of like the icing on the cake, but the underlying is this long 1,000-year-old battle that says, I'm entitled and you're not. And it's not about that. It is just basically Muslim Brotherhood that is opposed to Israel being a nation. And that's basically what it is. And it says that you don't have the right to this. This is our God-given right. And so it's really sad that religion for so many thousands of years has been the thing that has made wars and just tragedies all over the world, and people have lost their lives because of the way that they choose to believe. And one side is saying I'm right, the other side is saying I'm wrong. What do you think? And this is what T-Chat is about. I want you to leave your comments. I want you to leave your thoughts, your questions. I don't have all the answers. I'm learning as I go. I'm able to take what's said in the Bible because I am a believer, and I'm able to take that and kind of apply the Bible to what's going on around the world and kind of say, this looks like it's going to shape up to be this way because I'm believing in the prophecy. So how are you looking at all of this? How are you looking at the situation that's going on in Israel? Do you support Israel in her struggle to protect her borders? Do you support Palestine? Do you support the other side? How do you look at this whole situation? But more importantly, I think for the most part, even if you're not a Bible believer, okay, let's just say that you're watching this T-Chat show or you joined in the group T-Chat and you're not a Bible believer. You may be Muslim, you may be whatever. How do you look at this situation that's going on in Israel? I'd love to hear your comments. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Because as I said earlier, there's either way, whatever religion you are, that the way things are in the world and the way that things are getting progressively worse, progressively evil, it seems, that it's going to culminate into something, and whatever that end is for you in your thinking, then certainly we want to have our souls prepared and we want to have our minds right. We want to have all malice and evil just gone out of our lives, because we want to show our children the right way. And the right way is to forgive and to love and to hold on to what we believe in and never let that go, because there's so much stuff going on in and around the world that you would not believe. I couldn't even take notes to what all is going on in the world, but I did get key points that I wanted to touch on about all of the things that's going on in the world. As I said, Christians are being butchered all around the world. People, we are blessed. If you're watching this, you're blessed. People are being butchered, beheaded. Christians are being kidnapped and tortured for their belief. Prepare your minds and your hearts. No time for malice, no time for jealousy, no time for envy, strife, and unforgiveness. Literally, if you were put yourself for a moment, and I want to say this sincerely, put yourself for a moment in the shoes of a person who's over in Palestine, or a person on the Gaza Strip who's getting bombed, or in Israel. Put yourself in the shoes of a person who's being terrorized by this ISIS group. And think about now what you're going through, whether it's with your family, whether it's with your friends, whether it's a loved one who's hurt you, whether it's I don't know, a coworker you don't like, or boyfriend, girlfriend problems, marital problems, family issues. Put that against what I just said about being literally pleading for your life, and a group is about to massacre you or to massacre your innocent children. What now is more important? What becomes top priority? To live. Everything else fades away. Everything else, all of the anger, all of the family issues, all of the heartache, all of the I'm jealous of you, or I'm mad at you, or you're mad at me, I'm not speaking to you, or you upset me, all of that fades away when you're faced with something so severe. And this is what's going on in our world, and it's a very real potential to be at our back door, our front door, before we know it, and life can change literally overnight. So let's pray. Let's continue to pray for our brothers and sisters. This is what we're just required to do. Let us not separate ourselves. Just because we're here and the stuff is not going on with us and our families, there are things that are going on that we don't know about, and that's very close to manifesting itself in our own country. So let's be sympathetic, let's be empathetic, let's get rid of all of our petty issues and join forces and pray, because it's real. Prophecies are coming to pass at warp speed. The enemy is tackling us, and he's trying to destroy all over the world. So let's not get confused and sidetracked with our very own petty things. Pray for what's going on in Israel. Continue to stand behind your beliefs. Be sincere with your beliefs. Don't let go of what you believe in. Hold on. Be steadfast. We know that on yesterday also, there was a 6.8 magnitude earthquake in Japan, which struck about 80 miles southeast of Nami, Japan. I hope I'm saying that right. That's about 13 miles from the Fukushima nuclear plant, which could have been a major disaster, as we all know what happened with the other major earthquake. It happened 10 kilometers, which is about 6 miles below sea level, which could have produced a major life-threatening tsunami, but the tsunami warnings went out and then they were canceled. Thank God. That's wonderful news. So continue to pray for those countries who are, earthquakes are happening all over the world, natural disasters. These things are not coincidences. I don't believe that they're coincidences. What do you think? What do you think? Leave your comments, leave your thoughts. Are these coincidences in your mind? Is this Bible prophecy? Or all the natural disasters? We know we've had animal die-offs for a couple of years at least now that we know of in huge numbers. Cattle, fish, wildlife of all kinds die off. These things are, to me, they're Bible prophecy, and they are not just natural disasters. So let's keep in prayer also all of those who are going through. We know that earthquakes are happening, as the Bible says, in diverse places all over the world. Every day there's an earthquake, whether it's a 3.4, 3.8, or a 6.8. They're happening, and they're happening in rapid succession. And so we need to be on our guard. Also, Yellowstone, as we know, Yellowstone has a massive super volcano. It houses a super volcano, and the signs of things heating up have been happening. There's extreme heat from the thermal areas have been melting the roads in that area. So Yellowstone National Park is a massive underground reservoir of magma. 640,000 years ago, a super eruption rocked the region. So scientists are saying that it's probably time for another one. It could be time for another eruption. Who knows? No one knows for sure, but things are heating up, no pun intended, in that area. Geysers, roads have melted, and I'm not sure at this point if they've opened everything up for tourists and for people to come in, but they had closed off that area because of the melted road. But certainly, and I've always talked about this as well, if there's a major supervolcanic eruption of Yellowstone, then the game changes for us and for our civilization as we know it. And you may say, how can that happen? But we're talking in a matter of a short time, we would have some serious, it would be, our food supply would be interrupted. It could be really bad, really bad. So these are things that's going on, and things, there are signs. No one has said that it's going to erupt, but things are heating up, things are more active in the region. So we're keeping an eye on that as well, and trying to post about it whenever we see updated news about what's going on in Yellowstone. And you should keep up with that as well. Keep up with these things. I know there's a lot of things going on in Hollywood. There's a lot of things going on in the music industry, a lot of information, hot topics out there about a lot of other things. But to me, this is the stuff that interests me. And this is why I created the group T-Chat, because I wanted to share things like this to just keep you aware. And I'm thankful for those of you who appreciate that. I certainly appreciate the friends pages that I can go to and look and see information about what's going on around the world, not just in Hollywood or not just some trend or anything like that. But I really appreciate when I can learn important information, pertinent information, and that's what this is about. So yeah, keep Yellowstone on your mind, and keep an eye on Yellowstone. And first and foremost, if you are a Christian, if you are a Bible believer, keep your eyes on Israel. That's the number one thing. Regardless of everything else, keep your eyes on Israel, because that's going to tell you where we are, what's going on, and what we can expect. And you'll know how to govern yourselves accordingly. So yeah, there's so much stuff going on. I wanted to share also about something that I read about a birth control chip, and I wanted to get your input on this birth control chip. It's going to be a remote control chip. It could be the future of contraception for women, which I thought was very interesting. It's a tiny chip implanted under a woman's skin, delivering birth control for up to, take the guess, 16 years. 16 years worth of birth control by a tiny chip implanted under a woman's skin. It delivers a medicine or a hormone called, see if I can pronounce this right, levonorgestrel. I'm not sure if that's right, but it gives that every day for 16 years. And it's a contraception. What do you think about that? Of course, Bill Gates is backing this 100%, funding it most likely. And it's the same with, in my opinion, the RFID chip, the radio frequency ID chip that they want to implant under the skin, and that some people have probably already gotten. Of course, a lot of people, a lot of Bible people, a lot of Christians who follow Bible prophecy say this could be the mark of the beast. Who knows? But what do you feel about getting anything implanted in your body in the way of contraception, or identification, whatever, a chip implanted? I wanted to share that information with you because I thought that was very interesting. Also, something that's very interesting and that just really blew my mind is that a scientist has redeveloped, and I say redeveloped because this is the same scientist that made the flu virus more serious or more lethal. Now, check this out. This scientist, his name is Professor Yoshihiro Kawaoka. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. This is the name of the professor that has redeveloped a deadly flu that killed 500,000, the same flu that killed 500,000 people. He has redeveloped that flu for our bodies to be defenseless against it. Let me say that again, in case you didn't get it. This scientist, Professor Yoshihiro Kawaoka, has redeveloped, the same guy that developed and made the flu more lethal, has redeveloped the flu, which killed 500,000 people, to be totally lethal to our bodies. He's developed it in a way that our bodies would be totally defenseless against it, and that there would be no vaccination to cure this flu. Why? Why? I'm like, when I read that, I'm just like, why isn't this guy in a straitjacket? Why have we not literally put him in a straitjacket, locked him away, and just, I don't know, given him water and bread or something? But keep him out of the lab at all costs. I'm not getting this. Do you understand this? Let me read this to you again. He's from the University of Wisconsin in Madison. Professor Yoshihiro Kawaoka has altered the 2009 H1N1 virus that killed, by the way, 500,000 people. He has altered this virus. Actually, no. It killed 500,000 people. But this guy has altered this virus to the point that it can escape human antibodies, meaning populations would be totally defenseless against it. The research has divided the scientific community. You don't say. I mean, I don't know. It's like some people are born gifted, or maybe they're gifted and they do a lot of research and they learn a lot of things scientifically, and that's a blessing, but it's a curse for some people. What if this professor just decides that he's having a bad day and he releases this virus? I mean, I don't know. What if he just, something ticks him off that day and he just decides, I'm done. I'm going to take out millions of people with me. This is ridiculous. This is what our world is, guys. This is the thing. These are the types of things I want to share with you, and I try to get out there every day on T-Chat, because I want you to get your focus off of who's winning the next Grammy or the next Oscar or what's going on in the tabloids. I want you to kind of get your head out of that and really start thinking about what's going on in our world and the things that it's the whole world, in my opinion, is just one big ticking time bomb. Someone can decide, and one person can have all of our lives in their hands. And this guy, I want you to remember his name. I'm going to put up a picture of him. Professor Yoshihiro Kawaoka is and has altered the 2009 H1N1 virus that killed 500,000 people. Yes, 500,000 people. He decided he'd alter it to make it even more lethal. Thank you, Professor Yoshihiro. Thank you. This one scientist said at one of Professor Yoshihiro's talks, he told the paper that Professor Yoshihiro has a real humdinger of a virus. You don't say. And that he's basically got a known pandemic strain that is now completely resistant to any vaccination. So yeah, this would be devastating. This would be totally devastating. And why? I don't know. That's my question. Why? What do you think? Leave your comments leave your questions and research this for yourselves. Take a drink of green tea. Okay, one other thing I wanted to share with you, maybe two other things. I wanted to have your input on this. There's a clothing line out called Affliction or Sinful. The t-shirts actually will say affliction or sinful or evil spirit. I want to know from you, and this is just a question that I'm putting out here because I really believe that what you can really not only speak your destiny into existence, but I also believe that you can, whatever you advertise on your body can become a part of you. And I really firmly believe that. I've always taught my daughter, be careful of the TV shows you watch and what you allow to infiltrate your spirit. That's just me. You may not be that, whatever you want to call it. Some people say paranoid, but I just believe that we wrestle not against just flesh and blood, but against spiritual wickedness, principalities, and things that we can't see. I believe that there's a spiritual world. And so I take caution when it comes to what I watch and what I take into my spirit. And this clothing line called Affliction, I'm sure some of you have heard it, some of you may own it, you may have it in your closet. But in my opinion, I would not want to wear a t-shirt that says affliction. I mean, there's enough going on in the world. There's probably enough going on in my life that I want to just be afflicted. Or a t-shirt which says sinful. We sin daily, but I don't want to advertise it. I don't want to take it and say and make this my label. There's t-shirts that say in this same affliction clothing line that say evil spirit. And I just don't get why, people are buying them. Young people, they love it. What do you think? Do you think it's really nitpicky or paranoid to stay away from things like that, and that it's just clothing and it's harmless? Or do you think, like me, that you should really be careful about things that you take onto yourself and allow into your life? So I want to know your thoughts about that as well. Things are going on in the world, guys. Things all over the world. We got to get our houses in order. We got to keep abreast of these things. Knowledge is power. If you don't know, then you don't know how to prepare. There are a lot of people that are, they prepare for the worst. They get bunkers. They put away food and storage. And that's all well and good because a lot of things can happen. I'm kind of hot, y'all, so I'm just kind of putting this hair back. But a lot of things can happen in the world. It's showing us every day that things are unpredictable. Sinkholes, the ground opening up and swallowing people. Yes, these are not sci-fi movies anymore that you see on TV and you say, wow, on the Twilight Zone, the ground opened up and swallowed someone. These things are actually happening now. You're not looking at a horror movie anymore on television and saying, wow, zombies are eating people. People are getting a hold to drugs now that are making them act like zombies, and they're literally eating people. These things are going on now, and it's not about being so paranoid that you're going to consume yourself with these things, but to be knowledgeable about them and to prepare yourselves for things like this. It would be better, in my opinion, to stock up on water, food, canned goods, all of these things, and not need them, than for that time to come and you're rushing because of a natural disaster or because of a nuclear disaster or because of a supervolcanic eruption or because of any type of disaster, and then you're rushing down to the local Walmart or you're rushing down to the local food market to grab food, and the shelves are empty and you have nothing at home because you didn't prepare. And people, let me tell you, if something happens catastrophic in our country, people will no longer be civilized. You go to look outside your door, wherever you are now. Peep outside your window, pause this, Go look outside your window. Look at your neighbor. Everybody's happy-go-lucky. Go to your local store. Everybody's shopping in the mall, and they're happy. They're speaking. They're friendly. When people are out of food, when their safety is threatened, we will no longer have a civilized society. When people are hungry, they are going to eat by any means necessary. Whether that means breaking into your home, stealing your food at gunpoint or knife point or whatever. Prepare yourselves, arm yourselves, but most importantly, and I want to leave this with you, I think I've covered everything I wanted to cover. Most importantly, I really want to leave you with prepare yourself spiritually. Because regardless of what you are, atheist, regardless if you're Buddhist, Muslim, Jewish, Christian, I don't know, whatever you are, there is something more than ourselves. There's something more than ourselves. Whatever you call that higher power, whatever you call that being that touches your very inner soul, we will have to answer to that spirit, and we will have to answer to our God. And it makes no sense at all to live in this world, to gather up for yourselves treasures in this world where it can be eaten by the moths, or people can fight over it after you're dead. It makes no sense. People struggle. I see women on Facebook, off of Facebook, men and women, pastors who struggle not for the souls of their sheep or the souls of themselves and their families, but I see them struggle for fame, for fortune. I see them struggle for notoriety, for money, when all of these things are temporal, all of these things are perishable. But in the end, when God, or that power that you so believe in and you've lived your life to believe in, this essence of truth and love, inquires of you, what have you done? How have you contributed to making society better and perpetuating love in humanity? How have you been selfless? How will you answer that? Was it all worth it? Was it all worth it? All I'm saying is take your lives seriously. Teach your children, and they can teach their children. And we're going to be in this. We are, whether you like it or not, we're in this thing together. We're all on the same ball, which is planet Earth. We're all on the same ball. We're not going anywhere. They talk about other planets. Yes, true, and they've gone, and they all of that. But chances are, you and I, we probably won't go to another planet or get to go to another planet in our lifetime. So we're all here on this planet, and hardly any of us are getting along. What gives? What's more important? And so, anyway, I said all of that to say I'm going to be bringing you more news, more breaking news from around the world. I'm going to be keeping my eye particularly on what's going on in Israel. I have a heart for Israel, always have. I want to keep my eye on what's going on over there and continue to pray for the innocent civilians there. It's a serious, serious situation. It's not to be taken lightly, and soon we may hear of a ground battle that has ensued. I think that President or Prime Minister Netanyahu is really serious about saying he will not back down. He will not fight for his border and the safety of his own border. So we know that the Hamas, we know that they're not going to back down either. So it's getting perilous, and the Bible has spoken of it. The Bible has always said that I will make Jerusalem a cup of trembling to the nations. And we're seeing this come to pass. We are seeing how this one little in proportion to the whole world, Jerusalem is here, this little thing, and she's a cup of trembling to all of the nations. Why? Because God has spoken this. This is the will of God. You go back to Abraham and you go back to Ishmael and Isaac and that whole battle. This is the 1,000 years from generation to generation. This is the fight. This is the division. This is this is the why behind it all. No matter what happens now or has happened since then, leading up, this is the basic foundation of what's going on. So I also remember, and I'm going to end the show here, but something stands out very important and poignant to me that Jesus said in the Word. He said, "Jerusalem, O Jerusalem, how I long to gather you, but you were not willing. You will not see me again, Jerusalem, until you say, Baruch haba b'Shem Adonai. Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord." Our Israeli brothers and sisters, our Jewish brothers and sisters are going to have to say, Baruch haba b'Shem Adonai. Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. They must receive Jesus as the Messiah. And that's what we want to pray for as well. As we're praying for the peace of Jerusalem, as we're praying for innocent civilians on the other side as well, and having that empathy and sympathy, we want to pray also that they can receive the true King of Kings and Lord of Lords. So thank you guys for watching, and we're going to be coming, we're going to try and come once a week with more breaking news as it relates to Bible prophecy, other news that I want to share with you from different things that kind of stand out to me that I think you should know about, and kind of get your comments and your questions on. So thank you guys for watching, and don't forget, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Raquel Diane. Go there, subscribe. You're going to be getting many more videos. I also have a natural hair and skincare page on Facebook. If you have not liked that page, go to that page and thumbs up as well. And also my pose page, go to that page and thumbs up. But this is the T-Chat page, and this is really where my heart is, sharing this breaking news with the world and really putting it out there. The importance of being knowledgeable. Knowledge is power. When you know, you can be informed and you can be prepared. So thank you. God bless you. And subscribe to my channel. Go and join the T-Chat group on Facebook, and we'll be talking to you soon. God bless you, and I love you, and may God be with all of you. God bless.